inside the Grand Resorts Med Spa at the new Dermatology Center with Dr. Dulay. So fun that you're with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me today.
We are open, and we'll tell you about that in just a little bit. But first, I wanted to talk about something that all the moms and dads and people out there should know about are sunscreens,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because we all want to make sure we don't get burnt during the summertime.
Right.
And we've had a lot of really sunny days.
We have.
For
we
once.
have.
It's been nice. But so let's just go through this. I guess this is probably the most common.
Yeah.
It's the easiest, especially if you have kids. You just spray it on and you're done, or do we? So tell me the pros and cons of getting one of these.
Yes, these are very common. Obviously, they're, they're big, they're convenient, they're easy to use. So this is a spray sunscreen. So essentially, you shake the can and you aim, and then, a liquid gets sprayed out. So what people should know about this is that, yes, it's user-friendly and convenient, but it does matter your technique. That's important. So if you can, we actually prefer that you spray it on your hands first and rub it in. Now, if you feel like you can't do that, then you do want to make sure that you just get multiple layers on any area, because what you don't want to do is just do a quick spray and then you've neglected like 80% of that extremity.
So once you're really, really shiny.
You're really shiny. You need to get the area really shiny, and then preferably rub it in, right? So it doesn't just evaporate or, leave you streaky. So saturate, shiny, rub in. But if you can do the other way where you kind of put it on your hands first and then rub it in, that works better. Probably.
And then I asked you about this before. Usually I just close my eyes, spray my face and around my neck, and Dr. Dulay says that's not really the way you want to go.
It's not ideal. I mean, for an adult, you could probably control whether you're breathing in or you're not at that time. For a kid, maybe not. So generally, you don't want to be inhaling this substance. So it's better not to spray directly on the face. So if you are trying to put the product on the face, maybe best to put it on your hand first and then rub it in. But also just, try to take caution and not really inhale directly into that.
This is a 30. It says 30 on the front.
Yes.
Some are 50, some are 70. Tell me what that means and what level I really should be.
Yeah. So SPF stands for sun protection factor. So we generally advocate for 30 or higher. So if you're starting off with an SPF 30, you're blocking about 97% of the UV rays.
Pretty good.
It's very good. As you go higher, you get a little bit more. Using an SPF 50 is going to make up for improper application of SPF to a degree. So it doesn't mean that you can put it on once and forget about it. You still need to reapply about every 2 hours or more if you're sweating or you're in the water, but it can help make up for poor application technique. So that's the advantage of using a 50 or a 70 as opposed to a 30. But if you're committed to reapplying it or applying it well and then reapplying it every 2 hours as you should, you can get away with a 30 and really protect your skin. So SPF 30 is really the minimum. You don't want to go less than that. And then I'll say one more thing. You want to look for broad spectrum UVA, UVB coverage. So that means you're getting the ultraviolet A rays and the ultraviolet B rays, which are the things that cause all the problem.
You have some other products here from well-known brands. Why don't you pick up a couple, pick out a couple that you like?
Absolutely. So I really like this one. This is by CeraVe, very common household brand at this point. It's SPF 30, again, broad spectrum, and it doesn't leave a white cast. So people are very concerned about that white streaky look, after you put on sunscreen. This does not do that at all, and it feels like a light moisturizer, so I think that's another pro that comes along with it. I will shout out these two next, actually, because they are mineral based. This one's by Eucerin, this one's by Neutrogena, other very common brands that I think most people know of at this point, but they're tinted. So that's not going to leave a white residue or white cast. That's tinted like a peachy brown color, so it's cosmetically elegant, as we say. So I think people would like that. And the other ones, like this one's by Neutrogena, it's a wax stick. So I think that's important to mention because it can be really convenient to reapply. And it doesn't wash off or rub off that easily. So people like wax sticks for that purpose. And then this other one is by Burt's Bees. It's got aloe in it, so it's a little bit calming. So I think, let's say you have a sunburn or something, putting this on might be nice, and that might be what you reach for if you're burned a little bit, because the aloe is soothing.
More about sunburns in a second, but I'm sure you've heard people say, I get burnt once and then I'm good. True, not true?
Not true.
Can they keep burning?
Yes, yes. I mean, sun exposure and UV damage is cumulative. So there's no safe way to tan. There's no safe way to burn.
Okay.
Every time you're exposed to the UV rays, your skin is getting actively damaged. It's, you're causing skin cancer potentially, and early skin aging. So we don't like that. So sunscreen and sun protective clothing and stuff like that is always a must.
Okay.